When Elvis Presley's soul returned on AGT, and he was Filipino. Simon Cowell was speechless. The theater lights dimmed, and the crowd at America's Got Talent 2025 buzzed with restless anticipation. For hours, hopefuls had sung, danced, and performed their hearts out, but no one expected what was about to happen next. Then, a shy 13-year-old Filipino boy named Miguel Santos stepped onto the massive stage. His shoes were too big, his jacket a little worn, but his smile, humble yet full of quiet confidence, caught the judge's attention. Simon Cowell leaned forward, curious. "What's your name, young man?" Miguel swallowed hard, gripping the microphone. "My name's Miguel, sir. I'm from Cebu, Philippines." His voice trembled slightly, but his eyes gleamed with something unexplainable, a spark that felt older than his years. "And what are you going to do for us today?" asked Heidi Klum. Miguel hesitated, then said softly, "I'm going to sing one of Elvis Presley's songs." The audience murmured in surprise. "Elvis? Again?" Dozens had tried before, and few had succeeded. Simon raised an eyebrow. "Big shoes to fill," he said with a smirk. Miguel nodded. "Yes, sir," he replied. "But, it's the song that changed my life, and my mom's." The lights dimmed even further, and the soft strum of a guitar echoed through the hall. Then Miguel began to sing, not just sing, but channel. His voice carried that deep, velvety timbre that made hearts ache. When he crooned the first words of "Can't Help Falling in Love," a hush fell over the audience. It wasn't mimicry, it was possession. Every note seemed to shimmer with the spirit of Elvis himself, wrapped in a fresh, youthful innocence that made the performance hauntingly beautiful. Cameras zoomed in on Simon's face. The man known for his stone-cold critiques was visibly shaken. His eyes softened as he leaned back, almost whispering to himself, "This can't be real." Miguel's small hands clutched the microphone stand like it was his lifeline. Each lyric flowed with emotion, his voice echoing through every corner of the theater, stirring something deep in everyone present. The audience began to sway, a few even held hands, some crying quietly without knowing why. It wasn't just nostalgia. It was connection. When the final note faded, the entire room stood in stunned silence. Then, like a wave, applause erupted. People screamed, cheered, and whistled. Sofia Vergara had tears streaming down her face. Heidi clapped with both hands over her heart. And Simon, the unmovable, unshakable Simon Cowell, stood up, speechless. For a few long seconds, he couldn't even find words. Finally, he leaned toward the mic and said, "I don't know what I just witnessed, but I think we all felt something extraordinary tonight." Miguel blinked, his chest rising and falling. "Thank you, sir," he whispered. "My mom always told me that music can heal broken hearts. I just wanted to make people feel what Elvis made her feel when she was sick." The crowd quieted again. "Is your mom here tonight?" asked Heidi. Miguel looked down. "She's watching from heaven," he said softly. "She used to sing Elvis songs to me when I couldn't sleep. Before she passed, she told me, one day, sing for the world, not to be famous, but to remind people that love never dies." The words hit like a storm. Simon's eyes glistened. Sophia covered her mouth. Then, without hesitation, Simon pressed the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rained down as Miguel dropped to his knees, sobbing. The audience roared, chanting his name. Somewhere in that moment, in that explosion of sound and light, it felt as if the king himself was smiling down from above, proud and humbled by the young boy who carried his soul forward. In the days that followed, Miguel's audition went viral across the globe. Headlines read, "The reincarnation of Elvis Presley, and he's from the Philippines." People from all walks of life shared his performance, writing comments like, "I felt chills," and "He made me believe in miracles again." But for Miguel, fame was never the goal. He continued to perform with humility, always ending his shows with the same line, "This is for my mom, and for anyone who's ever lost someone." Love never leaves, it just changes voices. Months later, when Miguel performed in the AGT finals, he didn't choose a flashy number. Instead, he walked on stage barefoot, dressed simply, holding a photo of his mother. He sang, "If I Can Dream," one of Elvis's most soulful songs about hope and unity. His voice trembled with sincerity. When he hit the final line, "We're lost in a cloud with too much rain," the entire audience stood, not just because of the performance, but because of the message behind it. It wasn't about Elvis anymore. It was about love, resilience, and how the human spirit finds its way to shine again, even through the smallest voices. When the results were announced, Miguel didn't win the trophy that night. But something even greater happened. Simon Cowell, on live television, stood beside him and said, "You reminded the world what music is supposed to do: heal, unite, and make us feel alive again. That's bigger than any title." The crowd erupted once more, not for a winner, but for a miracle in motion.